Hi students, my name is Hitesh Narashet. I am from Annara. So last class we discussed about a topic from 9th standard, that is lines and angles. In lines and angles we discussed about lines, angles, pair of lines and parallel lines and transversal. So in pair of lines we already discussed about some of the axioms and theorems. Also in parallel lines and transversal we discussed about some of the axioms and theorems, some problems based on parallel lines and transversal. So let us move ahead to the next set of problems. So let us take one by one. Yes, the third problem tells us that, so here it is, the figure is given, so diagram is given here. So just observe, in figure PQ is parallel to ST. That means here these two line segments are one and the parallel. That is PQ and RS are parallel lines. Then again the given term is angle PQR is equal to 110 degree and angle RST is equal to 130 degree. So we have to find out the angle QRS. So this angle we have to find out. So here we have parallel lines, but just observe there is no any transversal between the common transversal between PQ and ST. So also we have to find out the angle QRS. So that's why we have to construct a parallel line to for both PQ and RS. It is parallel to both PQ and ST. So let us construct that parallel line UV parallel to the PQ and ST. So here we have to construct. So this line I will take it as a U and it is V. So we have to construct. So firstly we have to write all the given things. So also the construction we have to mention in our solution. So firstly, what is the given term? Given term is PQ is parallel to ST. So PQ and ST are parallel lines here. Then angle PQR is equal to 110 degree and angle RST is equal to 130 degree. So these are the given term. So here there is no any transversal. So here there is no any case of PQ is parallel to ST. In between PQ and ST there is no any common transversal here. So for that we have to draw a line segment UV parallel to PQ and ST. So here in this case the two cases are arising, that is PQ is parallel to UV and ST is parallel to UV, and QR and SR are both the transversals here. So let us take the construction. Here we have to take the construction. Yes. So what's the construction here? So let us take a line UV parallel to PQ and ST passes through R. So draw a line UV parallel to PQ and ST passes through R. So passes through R, we have to construct a line UV, it is parallel to PQ and ST. So we have to find the unknown values. We have angle PQR is equal to 110 degree, angle RST is equal to 130 degree. Here firstly we have to take, so here firstly just observe it, we have to find QRS. How can we find out QRS? When this angle and this angle is given, we can find out this angle. And another case is when this angle is given, this complete angle is given, then we can find out. So this angle and this angle. So when we have this angle and this angle. So both the angle when we have, so then we can find out. There are two cases are there. When we have this angle and this angle, we can find out this angle. And when we have this complete angle and this small angle, so then also we can find out. So just observe, when we take UV and ST are parallel, UV is parallel to ST, then SR is a transversal. SR is a transversal. Then alternate interior angles are equal. That means this angle 130 degree. So angle RST is equal to angle SRU. That means this complete angle we have. Then we have a complete angle that is 130 degree. So for that what we have to do? So we have to take UV is parallel to ST and SR is a transversal. So consider UV is parallel to ST and SR is a transversal. SR is a transversal. So it is a part of solution. SR is a transversal. Then what happens? Alternate interior angles are equal. It is alternate interior angles are equal. So that is those are angle RST is equal to angle SRU or angle URS. So this is equal to 130 degree. That means this complete angle is equal to 130 degree. So we got the angle URS. So after that we have to find out this angle. When we have this angle, we can find out this angle. So how can we take that one? So we have to take the chances. What are the chances are there? When the two lines are parallel. When two lines are parallel and a transversal intersects those two parallel lines at different point, means there are some of the theorems are there. That is corresponding angles are equal. Whether there is a corresponding angle based on this? No. Here there is no any angles. And angles theorem 6.2. According to theorem 6.2, when two lines are parallel, a transversal intersects those two parallel lines at different point, means their alternate interior angles are equal. Whether there is any alternate interior angle for this, here there is no any angles. So it's not possible. Then let us take theorem 6.4. When a transversal intersects two parallel lines at two different points, then interior angles on the one side of the parallelogram, one side of the transversal. So it is supplementary. That means here just observe, when we take PQ and UV are parallel lines and QR is a transversal, then the sum of interior angles on the one side of the transversal, this angle and this angle, the sum of those two angles is 180 degree. That means that theorem is useful to us here. So what we have here, so for example here when we consider PQ and UV are the parallel lines and QR is a transversal. So consider PQ parallel to UV and QR is a transversal. Then allied angles are supplementary. That means interior angles on the one side of this transversal is supplementary. That is interior angles on one side of the transversal. Are supplementary. So then we have angle PQR plus URQ. So it is equal to 180 degree. That is angle PQR plus angle URQ. or QRU. Both are possible. Angle QRU is equal to 180 degree. Here we have the value of angle PQR. So let us substitute the angle PQR in this equation. So 110 degree plus angle QRU is equal to 180 degree. So I will transpose this 110 degree to the RHS side, becomes minus 110 degree. That is angle QRU is equal to 180 degree minus 110 degree. Then, so 180 degree minus 110 degree means 70 degree. Angle QRU is equal to 70 degree here. So this angle is so this angle we have here, the total angle is 170 degree and this angle is 70 degree. So from those two information we can find out the angle QRS here. So I will rub this part here. Yes. So here from diagram. So what we have? So here, so this angle, this 70 degree angle and this QRS. So when we take the sum of those two angles, we have total 130 degree. So angle QRU or URQ. So I will take QRU. Angle QRU plus angle QRS. Angle QRS is equal to angle URS. Angle URS. So we have the value of URS is equal to 130 degrees. So that's why angle QRU plus angle QRS is equal to 130 degree. Also we have the value of QRU. QRU is equal to 70 degree. 70 degree plus angle QRS is equal to 130 degree. So I will transpose this 70 degree to the RHS side, becomes minus 70 degree. So angle QRS is equal to 130 degree minus 70 degree. So angle QRS is equal to 60 degree. So this is the answer of angle QRS. QRS is equal to 60 degree. We found out with the help of some of the theorems and axioms. So firstly we took one construction and then we took the theorem 6.2, that is, so and alternate interior angles are equal. Then we taken the theorem 6.4, that is allied angles are supplementary, that is interior angles on the one side of the transversal is one supplementary, or the sum of those two angles is 180 degree. So then from the diagram we calculate the angle QRS here. So this is about this problem. There are many problems are there. So let us take the next problem. The fourth problem, it's a fourth problem. So it is quite related to the physics, that is light and reflection. So we already know about light and reflection in the 8th standard. So there we studied about laws of reflection. So it is also related to the one of the laws of reflection. So let us discuss about this fourth problem. So fourth problem tells us that PQ and RS are two mirrors placed parallel to each other. So in this chapter we want parallel lines. Here the mirrors are placed parallel to each other. So it's very easy to recognize what are the angles and what are the angles are equal, and we can use all the axioms and theorems related to the parallel lines. Yes. So then an incident ray AB strikes the mirror at PQ at B. So here we say AB is an incident ray. So that incident at B on the mirror PQ. Then the reflected ray moves along the path BC and strikes the mirror RS at C. So after reflection it takes the path BC and strikes the mirror RS at C, and also it is reflected. So reflected again back along CD. That means it moves along CD. So we have to prove that AB is parallel to CD. So here previously we have mirrors PQ and RS are the parallel lines or parallel mirrors. So in that a ray is transmitting. So here in this case, so we have to prove that AB, line AB, that means a ray AB is parallel to ray CD. So we have to prove here. So we have to prove with the given quantities. So known quantities. So what are the known quantity here? So here known quantity is PQ is parallel to RS. So we have to use that only. So for that, from that we can use the axioms and theorems related to the parallel lines and transversal. So what is the given thing here? So given is PQ is parallel to RS. PQ is parallel to RS. So consider those two as lines. So those two are parallel lines. Yes. Then we have to prove. What we have to prove here? To prove AB is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD. So those two are rays. I will take it as a rays. Those two rays are parallel. We have to prove that one. So here just observe, any angles are there? No. Here there is no any angles are there. But here we have to prove that angle ABC is equal to angle BCD. When it happens, then AB is parallel to CD. Because when we are considering AB and CD are parallel lines, CD are parallel lines and BC is a transversal. AB and CD are parallel lines means here BC is a transversal. Then this angle ABC and BCD are the alternate interior angles. So from that only we have to prove AB is parallel to CD. For that we have to take the sum of the terms here. But here it is quite difficult for taking only this much quantities. But here we have to take the construction. So what is the construction here? So we know that angle of reflection is equal to angle of incidence. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. In the laws of reflection, the first law of reflection tells us that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So for that we have to categorize, so splits that this part into two parts. That is, one is the angle of incidence and angle of reflection. Yes. So here I will take the normal here, normal to this here. Also here it is also I will draw a normal to the mirror. So when we take the normal, then the angle between incident ray and normal, we will call it as the angle of incidence. So I, but here I will take angle 1 and it is angle 2, it is angle of reflection, angle between reflected ray and the normal drawn at the point of incidence of mirror, perpendicular to the mirror. So like that. Here also I drawn a normal perpendicular to the mirror. So I will take this angle of incidence as 3 and here it is angle of reflection as 4 here. So we have that. From the law of reflection, we can take it as a 1 is equal to 2 and 3 is equal to 4, because laws of reflection tells us that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So here, so we have to construction. Take the construction. What's the construction we did here? So take BE. I will take this as BE and it is CF. BE is perpendicular to PQ and CF is perpendicular to RS. Yes. So we have to take. Then we have to take the proof. So firstly I will take the laws of reflection. So from law of reflection, from first law of reflection, First law of reflection. First law of reflection tells us that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Yes. Then what are the angles are there? So 1 is equal to 2. It is angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to angle 4. So here it is we have. So I will take this as complete equation as equation number 1 it is. Then, so consider, just observe here, PQ and RS are parallel lines and consider BC as a transversal. Consider BC as a transversal. So here we didn't have any alternate interior angles, but it is quite impossible. So it's not able to take any. Then consider BE and CF are parallel lines. BE and CF are parallel. That means here this BE is perpendicular to this PQ mirror, and this CF is perpendicular to RS. So that's why, so PQ and RS are one in the parallel. So here it is the perpendicular line. Here it is perpendicular line means, so BE and EF CF are the parallel lines. Yes. So those two are parallel. That's why I will take BE and CF are parallel lines. Consider BC as the transversal. So consider BE parallel to CF. BE parallel to CF and BC is a transversal. And BC is a transversal. BC is a transversal. So then what happens? Here just observe. So here 2 and 3 are the alternate interior angles. So from the theorem 6.2, so we can say it as a when two lines are parallel, a transversal intersects two lines at different points means at that case alternate interior angles are equal. So from that we can say it as a angle 2 is equal to angle 3. Angle 2 is equal to angle 3. So equation number 2. So we have equation number 1. So here 1 is equal to 2, 3 is equal to 4. So here angle 2 and angle 3 are one and the same. Yes. So angle 2 and angle 3 are one and the same here. So that's why all the angles are equal. Here in this case, all the angles are one and the same. So because things which are equal to the same thing, then those things are equal to one another. So that's why we can take it as a 1 is equal to 2 is equal to 3 is equal to 4. From equation 1 and 2, we can take angle 1 is equal to angle 2 is equal to angle 3 is equal to angle 4. So that means here all the angles are one and the same here. So I will take this as equation number 3. So initially we have to prove AB is parallel to CD, and then we have to find out this angle and this angle. Both are the alternate interior angles when we are considering AB parallel to CD. When we are considering AB parallel to CD and BC is a transversal, then angle ABC is equal to angle BCD, means those two are parallel lines. So those two angles are equal. So here we have to take this angle ABC and this angle BCD are equal. So we have to take those two angles here. How can we take that one? But here just observe, angle ABC can be split into two parts, two exact parts, it is 1 and 2. So when we add 1 and 2 we get ABC, and when we add 3 and 4 we get BCD. So here just observe, here we have angle 1 is equal to angle 2 is equal to angle 3 is equal to angle 4. When we add first 2 and when we add next 2, so then both the will be same? Yes. So that's why we have to add 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So both are one and the same here. So let us take that. Yes. Consider angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to angle 3 plus angle 4. So it is right. It is correct assumption because so here all the angles are same. That means here when we add any two, so the result will be equal to the result of another two, sum of another two. So likewise. So here I will add 1 plus 2 is equal to 3 plus 4. So what happens? 1 plus 2 is equal to angle ABC. Angle ABC is equal to angle 3 plus 4 is equal to angle BCD. Yes, it is angle BCD. So therefore therefore alternate interior angles are same. Alternate interior angles are equal when AB is parallel to CD and BC is a transversal. So therefore AB is parallel to CD. So this is the proof. So how we found out that one? So firstly we have to take the angle of reflection. The loss of reflection, it is angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Then we consider that BE and CF are the parallel lines and BC as the transversal. Then we have angle 2 is equal to angle 3. So from those two relations we have angle 1 is equal to angle 2 is equal to angle 3 is equal to angle 4. So our assumption is we have to take angle ABC is equal to angle BCD. So it's our assumption. Then only we can prove that AB is parallel to CD. So for that we taken the sum of two same angles. It is 1 plus 2 is equal to 3 plus 4. So from that we got angle ABC is equal to angle BCD. So from the theorem 6.3. So we have when the alternate interior angles are equal, then those two lines are parallel. So from that we have the proof. Yes, the last problem of this topic I will give it to you as a homework. So just observe the figure is given here, the diagram is given here. So what's the given thing is AB is parallel to CD. Here AB and CD are the one and the parallel lines. And angle APQ is equal to 50 degree. Angle APQ is given, it is 50 degree. And angle PRD is equal to 125 degree. It is 125 degree. So 125 degree. So we have and find the value of x, y and z. So here we have to find out the value of x, value of y and value of z. So how can we find out those things? So just observe, we have to use all the axioms and theorems in this problem. So according to their relations and here in this diagram, so we have to use relevant axioms, relevant theorems to find out the value of x, y and z. So just observe, so here AB and CD are parallel and PQ is a transversal. Then alternate interior angles are equal. Then value of x is you have to find out. Then here just observe, when we are considering AB and CD are parallel lines, when we are considering PR as a transversal, here also the alternate interior angles are also equal. Alternate interior angles are equal. So here 125 is there. So here the complete angle is 125 degree. So from that complete angle and here it is 50 degree. So you have to find out the value of y. Then, so here we have to find out the value of z. There are two ways are there to find out that thing. But here it is, when it is simple, it is this. So we can use the action 6.1. When the ray stands on a line, then the adjacent angle, the sum of adjacent angles are 180 degree. From that we have the value of x. From that you can calculate the value of z. So this is the last problem on this topic. I will conclude this topic here. So those who are watching this video for the first time, please subscribe our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. You can get the notification very easily. So thank you one and all. Be safe and stay home. Thank you.